What? 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 What is going on? What? I'm actually upset. Oh, I'm having trouble focusing on this next one. I'm so upset about the last one. What? What is this? Like, what are you talking about? What is up, guys? John here, aka Bruce Lee, and today we're reacting to Facebook self-defense. It's from 7-second riddles. What would you do? And it says here, wow, I knew nothing about self-defense. Now, I've seen, like, I was tagged in this. I saw like the first 6 seconds, but you know, what I'll say is that, like, whoever made this video still does not know anything about self-defense based on the first few seconds. So let's check this out to see how real it is. And this is the breakdown. I'm a kickboxing teacher and Muay Thai fighter here in Canada. Let's press play. What would you do? So right here, well, some of the things you could do, well, it's a bit of a disadvantage she's in heels, but usually like a foot stomp, trying to fight the arms free and try to turn your opponent is the first things I would do, but it's still, you know, this is just a terrible position to be in general. Let's see what the video says. It's so stupid. So they actually have here, what's interesting is that they mix in some pretty realistic stuff here with complete nonsense. So the sciatic nerve is basically the side of your leg. It kind of is between, like, loosely, it's kind of between where your quad and your hamstrings would meet. And it is a sensitive part, and the reason I'm aware of that is when you're aiming leg kicks, that's actually where I try to aim. Ironically, where they point out the sciatic nerve isn't quite right here. It's kind of a bit closer to where the seam of his pant leg is. So it's just, you know, they're kind of like, they're basing some real stuff with just complete, like, inaccuracy here. And that nerve is sensitive. Like, the reason I'm aware of it is that I usually aim leg kicks towards that nerve, because sometimes you can make someone's leg go numb. So if you see anyone, like, limping after a leg kick, or, like, they can't really put weight on it, it's because they've hit that nerve. But you can't just, like, here's my problems with this, right? Reaching behind, unless even if you're a chiropractor or massage therapist, like really in tune with, like, muscles, it's hard to find that nerve behind you and not looking at it. So how are you gonna find that? Mostly what the guy is gonna think is that you're reaching for his you-know-what, and that you're just making a move on him. Like, it's just ridiculous. And to be able to put enough pressure to actually, like, to debilitate him or get him off of you, or to let go of his grip, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I think the foot stomp or, like, trying to bash their nose in, a little bit tricky, because, again, you can't see behind you. Like, it's just a tough position. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If so, please leave a like, because it means a lot to me and supports the channel big time. And please consider subscribing so I can hang out with you again. For now, let's get back to the video. Like, it's just a tough position, but I'll tell you what definitely doesn't work is grabbing him here. Now, the open palm strike towards the jaw to push him off. You know, like, here's a couple of problems with this, is that this is assuming you can wind your hand back enough to actually press forward. You can maybe push someone off of you, but you're really relying on strength there. I'm not a huge fan of that when, you know, if you're in a perspective like maybe a girl or just smaller than someone attacking you, you may not always have the strength to actually overcome the opponent in this way. Like, if you can, like, you know, really get a good hit on the nose, like, sometimes you can get someone to, like, flinch back a bit, which is what you want to do, but this is really just nonsense, and the guy's just like a willing participant. So someone grabs her by the hair. Let's see what happens. What would I do? Just me personally, I'll get my arm over, try to put pressure on the elbow and try to bring it down, and use the other hand to either grab his neck to control the clinch and throw some knees. But that's the perspective of a Muay Thai fighter, right? If I was recognizing someone with a girl, like, I would just kick him in the balls right now. Like, you know, just keep it, like, when it's self-defense, just keep it simple, right? I don't like to do, like, unless you're a trained martial artist, like, trying to memorize, like, a big sequence, I think is just not practical. So let's see what she does. What? 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 What is going on? What? Let's see this again. No! What? She tickled him, and then he just falls over on his butt? No! There is, like, when someone grabs, like, kind of, again, like, kind of where the muscles meet, in between where your biceps, and, like, almost like where your triceps meet, like you can get a couple of like sensitive parts, but it's not like a pressure point that you see in movies. And again, like even if you were like a chiropractor massage therapist, you can't just go around like assuming you'll find the most sensitive nerve, and the guy's gonna stand there being like, yeah, go ahead, it's a little bit lower. Like, come on, like with his other hand he could be punching you right now. Are you gonna find that nerve? No. Oh, I've never felt enough pressure in a nerve there where I'm just like, oh, I just fall over. Grabs the purse. I'm actually upset. Oh, I'm having trouble focusing on this next one. I'm still upset about the last one. Okay, let's see what happens here. What? Why do people think that they can just pressure point people into oblivion? Like, this is just stupid. I'm not gonna repeat this, but there is a sensitive portion in between where your front of the shoulder and where your chest meet. But like, the guy's acting essentially, right? The groin hit, you know, probably works. Okay, got some BDSM moves here. Again, I'll try to fight the grip or fight the elbow, but if, you want to get your chin down and try to put pressure on the hands there, and either break the grip or pressure the elbow down. Let's see what they end up doing. It'd be like something stupid. Actually, you know what? That's not the worst case. The only problem with this, I would say, is that in some, you know, like this makes sense because they're about appropriate height. But if someone who's like 6'2" is attacking you and you're like 5'2", there's actually chances you can't reach them in the eyes. That's the only thing. Like, in principle, I actually don't have too much of a problem with this. Just keep a note, guys, that like when someone has like long arms or they're pressuring you or they're pushing you down, you may not be able to put as much pressure in their eyeballs as you would think. So that's just one thing, one stipulation there. Ah, the classic. This is where the classic BS comes from for most self-defense things I see. Is the wrist grab, wrist lock. Let me guess. She goes like this, and the guy flips over 180. Jesus. What? What is this? What is this? You think he's gonna find a pressure point on the hand? Guys, do this right now to your hand and see how much it hurts. Would you be like, oh, like, come on. Yeah, so this is not at all good advice. Striking someone on their tibia means you can actually break your own toe or even your own shin. Like, look at Chris Weidman, look at Anderson Silva. They hit a little bit above there, but on the tibia. So just so you know, like, unless you have like boots, it's probably gonna hurt you just as much, if not more, than the opponent. Okay, like this, I actually like that, not this position, but like, I like to try to go over, like if this was like a realistic video, this is a position I can imagine girls being in, so like trying to know how to defend yourself in this case is another good one. I find like, again, pressuring the nose, kick them in the balls, stuff like that. Like, from a Muay Thai perspective, you probably engage a clinch right now or go for a trip or a sweep, but, you know, they're not Muay Thai fighters. Like, let's just see what happens here. No. Like, what are you talking about? You're gonna find someone's lymph node? Like, if this chick was a nurse, there's no way, like, while struggling in the heat of the moment, you're gonna find someone's, like, lymph node to, like, aggravate. Like, come on. The eyeball thing made more sense. This is just, I'm not even gonna, like, I don't know. So, I'm gonna give that a rating of like 0 out of 10, guys. Like, actually, I'm gonna give this like a negative 10 out of 10 because like I do think it's kind of funny, but at the same time, like, we'll go over the comments really quick. But like, what I really don't like about these BS self-defense videos that show up on like you know, YouTube, Facebook video, or whatever, is that it's really irresponsible. Like, I've said this in another video, but it's, for me, when you do this kind of stuff, you might give someone false sense of security in the situation, and they might actually turn, like, you know, if someone thinks they can handle situations and are more open to, you know, involving in some of these situations, and they end up getting hurt or, worse, getting killed or something like that, then by releasing this video, in my opinion, you have effectively had a part in this person being injured. Like, it's just irresponsible. And look at this, right? I don't know if you guys can see, super small, 180,000 reactions. You know, most of them, it says here majority is likes, wows, and hearts, which is bad because that means a big proportion of the viewers think this, you know, appreciate this. There's 10,000 comments and 31 million views. Now let's just say 70% of people, right, believe this. That's 23 million people that think they might know how to handle a situation of someone attacking them, when in reality they don't know anything. Which I think that's a disservice. I think that's irresponsible. Let's see some of the comments here, you guys. Walter Talley. Let's see if I can blow this up for y'all. Yeah, I can a bit. Hopefully y'all can see that. Total BS. Even if she had some training, she would have been overpowered by the perpetrator. Yeah, like that's the, you know, that's the biggest criticism of self-defense I would have. Like, unless you're actually constantly training in fitness, strength, and Jiu Jitsu, or like some kind of martial art like Muay Thai, or, you know, unless you're continuously doing something, like, chances are you would get overpowered, unfortunately. Notice his reaction is staged. She doesn't have any good grip on him at any point of the conflict. That's true. Absolutely true. I won't go into too much detail on the good grip, but in short, that's very true. Reminds me of the ads for karate, kung fu, guides that line the insides of comic books. I bought one back then and learned many of the techniques in this flick. Gave me confidence. I even used it effectively against a bully who was 2 inches taller than me. This guy seems to think it's real. I personally don't, and that's from Richard. Annette Janke. Wow, this is so stupid. If you believe this crap works, then you deserve to get attacked. I don't personally agree with that, guys. Like, if you fall, like, for me, it isn't the viewer's fault if you fall for this. It's really the content creator who's at fault here. But, you know, yeah. Krav Maga instructor. Krav Maga, by the way, guys, is like Russian self-defense. They actually even use it in some of their, you know, actual, like, you know, combat. And it's pretty serious stuff, and they really think about realistic scenarios, how to debilitate your opponent. So Krav Maga is serious stuff, and if I can imagine a Krav Maga instructor watching this and just being appalled. So yeah, this is so dumb. It just shows how dumb people are when it comes to self-defense. Just try to stay safe, ladies. Here's another really good point here. I don't know if I'd even remember anything of this if it happened to me. Like, that's the thing, right? Unless you're training constantly, like, say you watch this video at 2 minutes, and let's say it was realistic. It is not at all by any means, but let's say it was. Would you remember from a 2-minute video, if you got attacked 6 months from now, would you pull off even one of those moves? I don't think so, right? Like, again, like, you can't just watch a 5-minute YouTube video and expect to have all the knowledge, the background, the strength, the conditioning, the fitness to pull off the moves. You know what I mean? Shazzy Clark says, unfortunately, I think I would forget what to do. Basically, essentially just grab the ball bag. Yeah, fair enough. That's if you don't have any martial arts training, attack the balls, attack the groin is usually safe one to go. The only danger with that, though, guys, is that, like, if you can't debilitate the person, they're gonna get more angry, and that might escalate the situation, which is another, you know, I'm not saying it isn't the right thing to do. There's so many factors that come into, like, a life or death scenario, but, like, just so you know, if you hit a guy in the balls and you don't get him to hunch over or, like, roll on the ground from pain, he's gonna attack you even more aggressively because he's more angry, probably. So just something to think about there. Dorothy Thompson says, I took a self-defense course in a group demonstrated by a police officer. It was enlightening. If you could reach, yeah, keywords, if you can reach their ears, go try to rip them. That could work. You know, I'm gonna move on. Deborah, for you sillies, you can try. You do not have to just take it. Put a little self-defense in your life. I'm studying self-defense and boxing. Alright, my boxing skills allow me to have the confidence. Okay, safer with or without. Like, honestly, just having the confidence of knowing how to defend yourself is a worthwhile investment, and I just don't think you get that from a 2-minute video. Let's do the last one here. Scott Cerrone. Hey, ladies and guys, too. Some great self-defense tips to protect yourselves would be attackers. Oh, no. This guy thinks it's real. No, rip. Let's see if someone says it's been... no. I was hoping someone would reply to that. I'd be like, nope. Okay, let's go last one. John Thompson with a little mermaid as a profile photo. Anyone with even a little common sense could tell this would be Mugger's technique is all wrong. No self-respecting male mugger would leave himself wide open. Yeah, like someone mugging you isn't gonna grab you by the neck and just be like, this for a few moments to give you a chance to react. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So many things wrong with this video, guys. Please, if you've seen this, do not believe it. If you see stuff like this, do not believe it. That's why on this channel, I review so many different self-defense videos, because I do think it's a matter of responsibility to keep y'all safe at home. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, or saw some value in the commentary. If so, please leave a like, because it means a lot to me. If you subscribe, it means I might be able to see you again. And please comment below, question of the day: what martial art do you think is the most viable for self-defense? And I don't care what experience you have. If you have no experience, you have some experience, you're a black belt, just let me know what you think would work, because it really does enlighten me in a way. So I hope you enjoyed, guys. Bruce Lee is out. I'll see you next time.